Tambridge House School in Horsham, West Sussex. Rated outstanding by Ofsted, this secondary, like many others, is struggling financially.
We're going to remind you of the preferred reading. We're going to try apply the oppositional reading.
With spending per pupil down 8% in real terms since 2010 and council services being cut by half in the same period, budgets are under pressure.
Very quickly just working on that, please, guys. If there's an issue, please let me know.
Head teacher Jules White has been working with other school leaders to lobby for more funding through the campaign group Worth Less. It's clear he's frustrated with the political response.
I'm in contact with thousands of head teachers and they're talking to me all the time about pressures. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's the basics, sometimes it's equipment, sometimes it's building. Often, though, it's about staffing and capacity levels. All school budgets, 90%, are wrapped up within staffing. If you haven't got the money, then you don't have the staffing levels, class sizes go up, you can't provide the type of one-to-one support, particularly for youngsters with special needs or those from disadvantaged backgrounds. We're squeezed, and as one head teacher said to me, I just don't sleep at night. It's a constant source of worry.
And what kind of difficult decisions have you had to make as a result?
The biggest concern that I've had over the last year is trying to provide the type of support that young people with special educational needs require. I have 21 children who have a educational health and care plan. It's a statement, it's providing them with additional support, but I actually only have 18 full-time equivalent TAs, so I don't even give them...
A TA is a teaching assistant?
A teaching assistant, and I don't even have the one-to-one support for those youngsters. But I'm a school of 1,600. I've got 100 or 200 other children who have particular learning needs. What do I do about them? I can't put teaching assistants within a classroom. I can't meet the needs that those youngsters and families, they're just legitimate, and I feel as though I'm letting people down, and that's not fair. All the time my staff are being asked to do more and more with much less.
I mean, the government say that money's going up, so how does that work?
I mean, it's the same old, isn't it? Yes, money is going up. There's also 750,000 more children in our schools since 2010. That's why the money's going up. In real terms, the money is going down. We need really significant investment.
Do you think it will perhaps decide the next election?
I think it will have a profound effect, and I think that that is why it's talked about so much. But we need all of the parties to actually recognise the importance of education, but come up with coherent plans as well. Most head teachers will tell you we want education to be free of political interference. We're really good professionals, fund us properly, resource us properly, give us some teachers, and we will do the rest.
We're going to be developing your vocabulary. We're going to be developing your words, because
these 4 boys benefit from a specialist literacy class every week. They're studying Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And Corey gets the first point.
The school would like to provide more lessons like this, but they don't have the staff.
Isn't it Augustus?
It is Augustus.
14% of pupils at Tambridge House are on the special needs register, but the number of teaching assistants has gone down because of budget pressures.
We could be talking about children that have got autism, perhaps ADHD, dyslexic students, but of course we've also got a lot of students who might have special educational needs, but also it's their well-being needs.
And are the pressures increasing?
They are, because we have to do more of what we in the past would have been able to rely on outside agencies for.
What kind of outside?
Like speech and language therapist, and we do have a great therapist who comes in once, twice a year, but it's only to work with very specific students.
And is that because the council budgets are going down as well? Is that?
Yes, the county can't provide those resources anymore, and we can't afford to buy them in either, so we're having to do it ourselves.
In Westminster, the Education Select Committee has been investigating special needs provision, and its chair, Robert Halfon, is worried by what he's found.
Every day in our country, there are thousands of parents struggling who have children with special educational needs, literally struggling, wading through treacle, trying to get the right provision, the right care, the right education for their child with special educational needs, and it's wrong. This is wrong. If the National Health Service can have a 10-year plan, if the National Health Service can have 20 billion extra of taxpayer funding, which I welcome, why on earth doesn't education have a 10-year plan? Why on earth can't education get a 5-year funding settlement?
A spokesperson from the Department for Education said the Education Secretary has made it clear that high needs funding is a priority and he recognises the challenges that local authorities and schools face. That's why he is committed to working with the sector on this as we approach the spending review. In December, we provided an extra £250 million up to 2020 to help local authorities manage high needs cost pressures. This takes the total allocated for high needs to £6.3 billion this year, compared to £5 billion in 2013.
Tambridge House is clearly an outstanding school, but it's operating under a seriously stretched budget. And they're not alone. We've seen emails from schools in Staffordshire, Lancashire, Essex and Somerset, and they're all saying the same thing, that they don't have the money to fully support children with complex needs in the way they want to.
With a Conservative leadership contest looming and Brexit still unsolved, school funding is at risk of dropping down the political agenda. But if there is a general election before 2022, it's issues like education that could decide the outcome.